this could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.
Alright guys, how is it going? Today we are going to walk through a back, shoulder, bicep workout with a little bit of abs at the end. Right now you're watching me warm up. I am doing, they're called cats and cows, basically just contracting your back and then stretching it out, just kind of get some blood flow going. And here you are watching, I'm just kind of foam rolling my back because a lot of the times it's my tightest body part as far as for this workout. And you may notice, just a random note, that some of these clips may seem a little fast. Some of them are slightly sped up just for time. And here you're seeing nothing heavy, just 2.5 pound plates, just a couple movements to warm up my rotator cuffs, about 12 to 15 reps each, just to get the shoulders working. And my first official back movement of the day is pull-ups. Some key tips for the pull-ups. You'll see for any back movement, you want to make your hands like a hook. You want to put your thumb over the bar, not under it. This is going to make sure you're incorporating a lot more back into it and making sure you're not isolating your biceps. Another key movement here that you want to make sure you're doing is making sure you're keeping your elbows flared out. You'll see here, right there, you'll see keep the elbows flared out instead of tucking them closer to your side. That's going to make sure you get the max amount of back engagement that you possibly can. Next up, I moved on to my first big shoulder movement of the day. This is a seated military press. I was just warming up a little bit more with 25-pound dumbbells. This is my first working set, actually. I did, I think, 3 sets of 6 to 8. This was a 50-pound dumbbells. Some key things here. You want to make sure you keep your shoulder blades retracted. That basically means just squeeze them back together. That'll give you a nice firm base. You want to make sure you bring your shoulders down all the way out to the side. Bring the weight all the way down. And when you come up, think about bringing the weights kind of together once you see them towards the top. And then this is my last set right here. You'll see what I mean. Bring the weight all the way down and force it all the way back up. And you'll see I don't extend my arm all the way because once you get to that level, it's not going to be working your shoulder as much as your tricep. Next up, we have a alternating bicep curl. I'm not going super heavy, 25 pounds. Some key things here. I choke up on the dumbbell a little bit, and you'll see you want to rotate your pinky inward. And that's going to get the fullest contraction out of your bicep because you'll be flexing your arm as well as supinating the wrist. And supination is just the motion of turning the wrist upward. That's going to get the fullest contraction out of the bicep and make sure you are getting the most out of the movement. Our next movement was a back movement for the day. This is a bent over T-bar row. Some important notes for this: before you even pick the weight up, you want to tighten your core. You want to act like somebody's going to punch you in the stomach. That's going to make you nice and stable for when the movement actually starts to happen. Just as like we did for the pull-ups, you want to make your hands a hook, put your thumbs underneath the bar, and think about bringing it up and squeezing your back together at the top before bringing it back down. Next up, we did some lateral raises for the shoulders. This is what's going to develop that nice width in the shoulder, the nice V-tape that a lot of people look for. One really key thing here to focus on, don't go super heavy. I was using 20 pounds. I started to use a little bit of my body weight to get it up, but not too bad. What you want to do is keep your elbows above your wrists. This is going to isolate that rear delt, that back part of the shoulder a little bit more, and help give you a nice full shoulder look instead of being front heavy. This is a nice side view of it. You can see the elbow stays above, nice and controlled. You don't want to swing the weight up and then just let it fall back down. You want to make sure you have control. Next up, we did a close grip lat pull down. Basically, we want to make sure we keep the scapula retracted again, squeeze those shoulder blades together, use our hands as a hook. And when you're doing this movement, you're really isolating the lower back a little more than a regular pull-up or pull-down. So you want to make sure you squeeze that lower back and you bring that bar right about down to the bottom part of your sternum. There's a good look at the back. You can see you don't want to let your shoulders come up towards your ears. You want to keep it nice and down. Next movement we did is a rear delt fly. Now what you'll see here is you want to basically just do a really small range of motion. The rear delt is a very small muscle. It doesn't take a huge range. You see some people who throw their arms back all the way and squeeze their back all together. You'll see my back does squeeze together a little bit, but that's natural. But you really want to try to isolate that rear delt in the movement. One thing you want to focus on here, you could see my hands. I don't really grip the bar whenever I do it. I just kind of let my hands rest on there, and I focus on just pushing the weight aside with that outside part of my hand. Obviously, this clip is sped up a little bit. I think this might be my last set. I did a little bit of like a drop set for my last one. Altogether for rear delt, I did 5 sets of 15 reps, a little bit higher rep. Yep, there we go. So I did 15 reps with, I think, 60 pounds. Then I dropped it down to 50. And then dropped it down to 40 and squeezed down another 15. Our next movement of the day was a bicep curl. This is a reverse curl. This is going to work a lot more of your forearm as well as your bicep. It's going to give you a nice full forearm look. Key thing here, you want to make sure you flex your tricep all the way at the bottom. You can see I bring it down, I flex my tricep, and then bring the weight back up. That's just going to make sure your bicep is fully extended and you're getting the maximum stretch and range of motion of the muscle. And to wrap up the workout, what we did was a little bit of a different ab circuit. Normally I do like 3 or 4 sets of 12 to 15 hanging leg raises. And then I'll separately do my oblique crunches. But today I decided to mix it up a little bit, and I did a little variation. I would do 1 straight leg raise right there, and then left, right, and then that would be 1. So there you go. That's 1. This would be 2. And I would do that between 6 and 8 times for 3 sets. Basically, what you're doing here, you're just trying to bring the abs up, force your pelvis up as far as you can, and then whenever I come to the side for my oblique crunches, I picture myself as like a snowboarder. Whenever they pop their heels over to the side and grab their board, that's the motion I'm trying to imitate here. So yeah, this was today's back, shoulder, bicep workout with a little bit of abs at the end. If you guys want me to go in depth with any of the in particular exercises, let me know, because this was just kind of a basic run through. So I hope this was helpful for you guys to give you guys an idea, and I will see you guys next time.